Now I want to talk to you about designing something that you have seen in the store or in, let's say, in a catalog or a magazine, or maybe somebody was wearing it and you loved it so much and you want to make it. And I am a big one for cutting out all kinds of pictures and things from magazines and catalogs, and I cut some of these things out just for interest. No, I am not going to make this, but I was very intrigued with this whatever it is. The colors are fascinating, but I would have never thought to use a heavy piece of twill type thing for a skirt that had that much flare. So that was sort of what caught my eye about it. That and the mix of colors I thought was kind of interesting. And then I cut this one out. That's just a plain outfit, not really very fancy, but the inspiration for that is going to come later, where I am going to actually do some decorative thread and do some decorative stitching and make those details on the fabric myself instead of getting the fabric that's like that. And then I loved doing the colors on that. And this one just fascinated me very much because there is something at the bottom of everything, skirts and sleeves, and this has got a very interesting little edge on the bottom of this skirt. It is, and I thought, how did she do that? That was just a real interesting way, and it looks like it was just stitched up and then clipped. And so I just wanted to share some of those with you so that you could kind of see just some ideas of what I end up doing with my ideas. I get my inspiration from things I see. And so let's just talk a little bit about something that's really popular out there, and that is flared bottoms or ruffles. This is actually a circular ruffle put on the bottom of a skirt, and that is so popular. Well, they've got it on the sleeve also. And of course, if you had just a dress with a princess line dress, of course this is just like a shirtwaist jacket too, just a little bit of a shirtwaist jacket, you could take that and just add those ruffles and you'd have the same thing that this designer's made. So let me show you here. This is inserted, if you can see, right here on the sides, and it's not in the front panel. So all you would do is take your pieces that you have for your princess line, that's your center front, and on your sides and on your back, you would just cut them off and make sure you add your seam allowance, put your ruffle the same amount that you cut that off, make a circular ruffle, and you know what? You can get that information in all kinds of books as far as how to make a circular ruffle. And then if you want to change the sleeve to make it shorter, let's say you have a a long-sleeved dress there, then be sure and come in slightly where you do it if it's a 3/4 sleeve, because there's too much fullness right here in the sides of the sleeve. And so here you can see, oh my goodness, yes, all these ruffles. Here's more ruffles on the sleeve and on the bottom. So here we're talking about the same thing. If you put a ruffle on something that you had before, in fact, you could do a contrasting ruffle. You could modern it up and you could change it completely. And here, I love this idea. This is such a subtle little edge on the bottom of this sleeve. But have you ever made a jacket that was just a little bit too short? Well, that's happened to me, and I thought to myself, I'm going to cut that one out because I think that's a great idea to add a little bit of length to a sleeve.